morning, boys and girls. Welcome to week 6, and today is Tuesday, so welcome to reading class. So today, before I continue, I want to show you a continuation from yesterday's lesson, which was all about poetry, and I want to give you a little bit more information about the origin of this poem. So the author, as we saw, it was written in the 1830s by the author George Pope Morris, and then it was later done into a song. So remember, we said that the poem sounded like a song, and so they actually did make it a song. So I wanted to show you guys where you can go and search for that song so that you can hear it, so that you can get or you can listen to it to see and hear how it sounds. So when you come to YouTube, you can search Woodman Spare That Tree, and all of these come out. So the best one that I found, it was this one. So we can already tell it was around 1830. Like I said, it was written in 1830, and it was later done into a song in 1837. So you're more than welcome to come here and search it. And we can already tell that there's a theme, there's a message behind it, there's a reason why this author wrote this message. So the speaker, or the poet, was trying to save the tree, right? He was saying he had so many memories, he didn't want the tree to be cut down. He was saying, please spare the tree. And I want to show you some imagery that you should have labeled yesterday. Personification, any figurative language. So let's go ahead and go that way. All right, so if we go to stanza 1, I want to go over through some lines. So if you go to line 3, and it says, in youth it sheltered me. So boys and girls, it's saying that the tree sheltered him and protected him. But can a tree literally do that? Can a tree literally protect you? No. So that's a type of figurative language. Now, what type of figurative language? Remember when I say Tovu says hi? Tovu can't talk. He's a cat. So what type of figurative language is this? It is personification. So if you had already labeled this, good job. If you haven't, please do so now. Remember, poetry is all about figurative language, the message that the speaker is trying to give you. So we know that the message that the speaker wanted to give us was to save the tree. Why? Because he had so many memories, and he just wanted to get the point across. Now, I also want you to go down to line 11, and it says, are spread over land and sea. 10 and 11, sorry. Whose glory and renown are spread over land and sea. And so, does that tree literally have its glory and renown spread over land and sea? Does that mean that it gives joy to everyone over land and sea? No, right? There's no tree whose roots are long enough that it's going to go everywhere in the sea and everywhere in land. So that's a type of figurative language. Now, what type of figurative language is it? Okay, so I wanted to bring you back to our figurative language anchor chart. So as I scroll down, let's look at this one. An idiom is a well-known phrase that has a different meaning from what it's said and done. For example, it's raining cats and dogs. Is this what these two lines are doing? No, right? Okay, let's keep scrolling down. Let's see, hyperbole. A hyperbole is a big, obvious exaggeration. I'm so hungry I could eat a horse. Well, is it exaggerating, boys and girls, whose glory and renown are spread over land and sea? Yes, right? The speaker is exaggerating that it can give love to everyone over the land and sea. So here I'm going to write hyperbole. So 10 and 11 is talking about hyperbole. Now, you should have done this already, because remember, you read the poem by yourself. So this is what my hashtags came up. What I came up with, remember, they don't have to be the same. Just remember, as long as we have the same idea. So I put here, has many memories with the tree, because he keeps saying, cut not its earthbound ties. Oh, spare that aged oak, now towering to the skies. Now look what it's saying in line 16. Now towering to the skies. So can literally the tree be all the way towering to the skies? No, right? It's a figurative language. Now what type is it? Now towering to the skies. What is he comparing it to? So he can be comparing it to a building that's very, very tall. So what type of comparative language is that? Is it a simile or a metaphor? Did it use like or as? No, right? So it is a metaphor. It's comparing the tree to being so big that it's towering to the skies. It's type of figurative language. So here it says on line 19, the wood notes sweet and wild. So that's all type of imagery. I can see the wood notes are sweet and wild. Now, what does it mean by the wood notes? So look what it says. So let's go back to line 17. Oft, when a careless child, beneath its shade, I heard the wood notes sweet and child of many a forest bird. So that means what's on top of it? There's little birdies, right? So I can see, and this is imagery, so I can hear, so you can draw a little ear. We can also see the birds if we were there. We can't taste the birds. We can touch the birds if we were there. So I'm just drawing the little images, remember. If you don't want to draw them, that's fine. You can put hear, see, touch. I cannot taste. And can we smell a little birdie? No, right? All right. Now, I want you to go to line 22. My father pressed my hand. I asked thee with a tear. Oh, this is another type of imagery. Now, can we see him with a tear? Yes. So I'm going to do the little eyes. Can I hear him with a tear? Can I smell him with a tear? Can I touch him with a tear? Yes. And can I taste it with a tear? No, right? So I have my figurative language, which is imagery, here. And then when we go to stanza 3, I wrote, trying to convince not to cut the tree. That's the point he's trying to get across, boys and girls. That is the point that he's trying to make. The reason why he wrote this poem is to emphasize and make a point that the tree shouldn't be cut down. The tree is beautiful. It reaches the sky. Remember how he compared it to towering to the skies? It reaches land and sea. So he's trying to make a point. Now look what it says on line 25. My heartstrings round the cling. Close at thy bark, old friend. So my heartstrings round the cling. Does it literally mean that his heart strings, it's holding on to the tree cling? Like, does it holding on to it? No, right? It means figuratively it's holding on to it. It has so much value to it. Kind of like when somebody gives you something, maybe your mom, your dad, your grandma gives you something, and even if it's a pen, you say, this is the pen that my grandma or my grandpa gave it to me, and it's so valuable to me. To somebody else, it's just a pen, but for you, it's very valuable. So that's the point that he's trying to get across. All right. And then we have, here shall the wild birds sing. Again, we can hear the birds singing. We can see the birds singing. A lot of imagery that was used here. So I'm also going to put here imagery. All right. So remember, you do have to read this 3 times. If you did read this 3 times, all of these should be checked off. You have to read it 3 times. All right. Now we're going to go ahead and move on. So today on our calendar, it's Tuesday. So we're answering questions 6 through 11. So go ahead and flip the page. And I want to focus on 2 questions, or 1 question. So I want you to go to number 6. And it says, read lines 15 and 16 from the poem. So I know this one is 15. This one is 16. And it says, these 2 lines create 1 sentence. Okay. The poet broke the sentence over 2 lines. So why did there was a reason. They want to know the reason why that 1 sentence was broken down into 2 lines. So it says, oh, spare that aged oak, now towering to the skies. Okay, now let's go ahead and read our answers. So he broke the sentence, and they want to know a reason. All right, so it's to create alliteration. So my verb here is to create alliteration. So boys and girls, what is alliteration? So let's go back to our anchor chart. So alliteration says it's a repeating of the initial or beginning sounds of words near each other. Sally sells seashells by the seashore. The sound. Does this sound like anything like that? Oh, spare that H, oak, now towering to the skies. Any similar sounds? No. Alliteration? That is not my answer. Let's go to G. So that the line could rhyme. This one's saying that it rhymes. Okay, let's go back to 15 and 16. What did we write? A, B. Do oak and skies rhyme? No. This tells me G is out. Let's go to H. To maintain the meter in each line. So my verb is to maintain meter in the line. Okay, so under meter, I want you to write rhythm. Okay, so meter is what gives the rhythm. So, for example, let's go back and read it. Oh, spare that H, oak, now towering to the skies. So it has this little rhythm, kind of like a song, kind of like your favorite song that has a little rhythm. Even when there's no music in the background, you can already kind of hear it, that little rhythm. Oh, spare that H, oak, now towering to the skies. So we're going to come back, because this one right now is a maybe. It does kind of sounds like it has a little bit of rhythm, kind of like our stressed syllables that have a little pitch when you say the word, and it gives it that little rhythm. All right, let's go to J. So that it would sound more like speech. So this one says that it would sound more like speech. So what is a speech? A speech is when you're given a you're having a conversation, you're talking to someone. So this one says talking to someone. So does it sound like he's talking to someone? Or does it sound like he's trying to, it's maintaining a meter, which is a rhythm in each line. So does he have a rhythm in each line, or does he have a conversation? So, oh, spare that H, oak, now towering to the skies. So the best answer is H, because it has a little pitch, it has a little rhythm, stressed or unstressed syllables. So remember, boys and girls, I want you to remember, like, this is kind of like a song. It has a little pitch. Oh, spare that H, oak, now towering to the skies. It has a little rhythm, so therefore is a meter. All right, the next one that I want to focus on is number 7. So let's go ahead and go down to number 7. And it says, what effect does the use of rhyme have in this poem? So I want to know the effect of the use of rhyme in this poem. Okay, so what does effect mean? So the effect, a synonym would be the result. It would also be the why. So then they want to know, what was the result of the use of rhyme, of this poem having rhyme? So let's see. A. It says the speaker's humorous tone. So this one says that it sets the speaker's humorous tone. So boys and girls, was the speaker or the poet humorous? Did it make us laugh? No. A is out. It didn't set that tone. We weren't laughing, we weren't smiling. We were actually, some of you might have even felt sorry that they were trying to cut the tree and he kept emphasizing, don't cut the tree, there's so many memories. Look how this tree reaches towards the sky. All right, B. It helps to make the line sound like speech. So this one says that it helps to make the line sound like speech. Again, boys and girls, so speech means that he's talking to somebody, right? So is it that he's trying to talk to somebody, or he's trying to make a point? So he's not having a speech. Kind of like maybe when the president comes up and he's making a speech trying to tell the people what he's trying to do and the reason why. So this speaker wasn't telling you what to do. He was trying more to convince you, persuade you into not letting the tree being cut, or for the person that was cutting the tree not to cut it. All right, C. It shows that the poem tells a narrative story. So my verb here shows that the poem tells a narrative story. So a narrative means that it's telling you a story. So was it telling us a story, boys and girls? Did it tell us how the tree started, then what happened later on, and then it told us the problem, and then it told us how it was solved? Did it tell us the story? No, it was not a narrative story. But let's make sure on D. D, it connects keywords that supports the poem's meaning. So it says that it connects keywords and it supports the poem's meaning. Well, I do know that when we go back to stanza 2 and 3, we see here that, look in line 21, my mother kissed me here, and my father pressed my hand. I asked thee with a tear, oh, let that oak stand. Again, he's trying to persuade the reader. So was he trying to support the poem's meaning? Remember, what is the title of our selection? Woodman, spare that tree. That means save the tree. So are the keywords trying to make a connection to make the meaning of the poem across? Yes, right? So my correct answer is D. So boys and girls, you are going to be working by yourselves independently on 8, 9, 10, and 11 by yourselves. All right, and that is the end of today's lesson. I hope you're staying safe and be safe. Bye.